Hi, friends. It's Deanna Willison with Our Blooming Catholic Life. And what time it is it? It's time for another random dynamic Catholic book to show up at my doorstep. I still can't get anyone to admit who's sending these to me. I've actually called Dynamic Catholic and they refuse to reveal it. So if they're sponsoring me, I don't know about it. I don't know. They just randomly show up every couple months at my doorstep, telling me how I can request my 6 free copies. This time, this is the offer. This time I'm just going to hold it up for you. You can go ahead and scan that if you want. It makes no difference to me at this point. I haven't even opened the book. They do always send me, they say I'm a lover of goodness. Have you ever wondered what you're going to do with the rest of your life? It's a beautiful question. Today, I'd like to help you answer it once and for all. When I was 15 years old, I had a great spiritual mentor. He encouraged me to read the Gospels, taught me how to pray, showed me how to visit the lonely and care for the poor, encouraged me to read great spiritual books, withheld judgment as I foolishly wrestled with God, and listened patiently to my questions, doubts, and excuses. And perhaps most of all, he encouraged me to honor those sacred truths that were emerging in my soul. Something is missing. There is more to life. You have so much more to offer. One day I was walking home from meeting with him when everything we've been discussing for months came together in a single clarifying thought. Some moments are holy, some moments are unholy, and we get to decide. From that moment on, everything was different. Everywhere I went, I saw opportunities to collaborate with God and create holy moments. When I was 19 years old, I set off to share this message with the world, visiting dozens of countries, speaking to millions of people, and writing more than 30 books that have been read by more than 100 million people. None of that would have happened if I had not discovered this sacred truth. Some moments are holy, some moments are unholy, and we get to decide. It's amazing what can be accomplished one moment at a time when we collaborate with God. Today, our culture is in crisis, our country is in crisis, and our church is in crisis. We keep looking for complex solutions to our problems, but the truth is there is one simple solution: holy moments. The world is a mess, yes, but how did it get that way? Unholy moments. There are plenty of reasons in today's world to feel discouraged, overwhelmed, powerless, and frustrated, but no amount of darkness can overcome the light of one holy moment. It's time to rediscover your purpose. It's time to rediscover the power of your holy moments and join the holy moment movement now. And it is letting you know that you can join this movement, and it'll send you 6 free copies of Holy Moments. You can spread these books with your friends and family. You need only to pay shipping and handling, or you can join them and sign up to give $10 a month, and they will send the copies of Holy Moments for free. The book we include with this letter is a gift from someone just like you. She saw the power of Holy Moments and wanted to share it with as many people as possible, and your generosity will allow us to share this life-changing message with millions more. And again, I get these. I don't know who's doing it, but this is from Matthew Kelly, who is the author of this book. And you know, I have this weird love-hate relationship with Dynamic Catholic books. The content of the books can be really great, but I have some issues with all of the buzzwords in them. A lot of boomer buzzwords, I call them in here. But then there's other books that just blow me away. They are so beautiful. Forgive me for just 1 second. Okay. So, which of this book is it? And I think these can normally be bought in bulk discount for parishes. A lot of parishes give them out for free. The parish I like to visit when I'm down in Tennessee in the Smoky Mountains gave me 2 of the books for free last year. They thought it would be good reading for my way home, and they turned out to be the books that I really like. So it was really great. I admit, it's such a hit or miss for me. I don't know why. Oh, it says, take the Holy Moments Challenge, 21 days that will change your life. And it's at holymomentschallenge.com. I am totally going to look that up. Why don't we look that up now? Let's see what that is. It's right inside the book. So I'm just going to type that in, see what comes up. Holy Moments Challenge. Helps if there's no W in challenge. I did add space between each of the words. I'm used to searching instead of typing an address. Okay. Oh, I can't get to it from my regular browser. Let's see if this one will let me do it. Holy Moments Challenge. Comes right up. It says it will begin fall of 2023. Enter your information below and we'll send you more information as the challenge approaches. Well, I'm not going to put that in until I know more about what it is, but I will tell you it says a funny little quote here. Discover your soul potential. Get it? Sign up today. Okay, well, let's look at the book then before I go giving my email address away there. Holy Moments, a handbook for the rest of your life by Matthew Kelly. It has that same, I don't know what that's supposed to be, glittery thing going on. You can see every now and then behind me, the trees are trying to lose all their leaves by the end of the day. I don't know, we had a couple days with frost and then it's 80 degrees. So the trees are just like dumping their leaves. Every like half hour or so, a couple thousand come down. It's this huge noise. It's really funny. This is published by Blue Sparrow, copyright 2022. Cockadoo LLC. It is published by Blue Sparrow, an imprint of Vivident. I don't know. It says to go to MatthewKelly.com or holymomentsinfo.com. So will the info take us somewhere? There's also a hardcover book and an ebook. Interesting. Let's try Holy Moments Info. Info.com and see if anything comes up. No, it says that webpage. Did I type it in? Could have had a typo. Info.com. It does not come up. And I typed it incorrectly. This browser won't bring that one up. I don't know. It's wacky. How's it set up? Table of contents. Oh, look, we're into that fancy font that some people can't read. You know, I'm not a fan of that. I like straightforward fonts. But the table of contents after that is set up pretty easily. Now, it doesn't have the dots that I normally like, but you can see through the pages, so you can use the text on the page behind to help you go over. So there's that. It is printed. It doesn't say on recycled paper, but it's that really matte recycle fill paper. So it's broken up into 4 parts. So there's a prologue, and then part 1 is the awakening, 2 is holy moments explained, 3 is the divine plan, 4 is the power of one idea. I think I'm going to leave them at that. Each chapter is like 2 pages inside the parts, so they're really short. And the prologue says, once upon a time, there was a monastery deep in a forest. It was full of monks. They were full of joy. That joy was contagious, and people traveled from far and wide to visit. One day, a young man asked the abbot why people come to the monastery. Most people come looking for answers to the questions, the old monk explained. The young man was curious what type of questions people asked. The abbot continued, they come seeking answers to the same question all men and women ponder. What should I do with my life? Am I wasting my one short life? Where do I find meaning, and how do I get the most of life? There was one hyphenated word on that whole page, so not terribly bad. Prologue is marked clearly, even though it's in this ridiculous font. Page number is in the bottom center. That does seem to continue on. Page number's in the bottom center, unless it's a blank page before a new section. You can tell when the new sections are pretty easy. This use of font and this use of font doesn't bother me. It's this one. You know, I'm never gonna like that font. It's a small book. There's my hand. I can give you my great example of the liturgy, the hours, the 4-volume. It's the same size book, but maybe a little less chunky and fewer inserts and holy cards jammed in. Here is my Rule of St. Benedict that I'm going to do next. The Rule of St. Benedict is slightly smaller and definitely thinner. But see here, that looks like are there some pictures or something in the middle? There's something hard in the middle. Oh no, want thousands of free copies for your church or school. Can you help us do that? And again, there's a QR code where you can help out. What is that? And you can scan that other one to get the free 6-pack shipping and handling not included. Okay, that's the hard thing in the middle. A little bit about the author. They have that ad again in the back, the ads. It does tell you that Matthew now has a YouTube channel. Matthew Kelly Author is the YouTube channel. They're really selling that barcode, aren't they? Or the QR code. Totally selling that. They let you know this book is not for resale. Yeah, who would resell these? I do pass them on whenever I'm done with them. The ones I really love, I do keep. And the other ones that not so much. There are people who devour these. And so I can always find someone who wants them when I want to pass them on. Let's see here. The young man had traveled a long distance to visit the monastery. And as he walked away, the old monk wondered what question the young man's heart was wrestling with. Time passed and life at the monastery changed. It was ever so gradual at first. A couple of monks became cranky. They had slowly closed their hearts to God and each other. Other monks became jealous. A younger monk was more handsome and more popular with the visitors. Some of the monks began to argue about things of no consequence, and the poison of gossip crept into the monastery. Visitors noticed that little by little life at the monastery was deteriorating. They perceived the monks were losing their joy. They noticed the monks were not as kind to each other, and over time they observed the monks growing impatient with their visitors. The seasons came and went, and fewer visitors came to the monastery until one day the people stopped coming altogether. This is literally the problem I was just talking about in my very last video, which I called The Blasphemy of Our Eyes, or Lives, and it would have aired on Friday, October 27th. That's the video you're looking for. I call it The Blasphemy of Our Lives. And that is it. We are dishonoring God by living our lives that way, bringing scandal to the faith, and then people don't come to the faith. Literally just talking about this myself, and this book just mysteriously appeared like yesterday when I had no idea at that point that I was going to make that other video. That came up from my Lectio Divina class where we've been studying the Our Father for the last week. Whoa. Okay, I am totally weirded out. I don't know about you. One of those, not weirded out, but you know what I mean, one of those Holy Spirit moments. Okay, literally, I was just commenting on this problem myself. And I've not really heard other people talk about the witness of our lives. What is going on here? It's a real problem, and we need to figure it out. I'm drawn into this story. If the whole book was like this prologue, I would sit here and devour it. I would love to keep reading it to you. It's a really great story. Part 1 is the awakening. More to offer. You have so much more to offer. You sense it. You may have known it for a long time. It's a truth that lingers, waiting patiently for us to pay attention to it. It's a soul sense. And when your soul senses such a thing, it should never be ignored. I'm just looking to give you a sample to see if those buzzwords that I don't like are in here or if they've changed their style a little bit. I'm really excited at this point. So I'm really hoping those buzzwords that just distract me, and it's stupid and petty, and I know, but I have so many books that I really find fruitful that I've just passed those books on, I admit. But I'm excited about this one. You may find yourself thinking or saying something is missing. There must be more to life. I have so much more to offer. These are sacred truths, but we often treat them as human malfunctions. We think something is wrong. We think we need to be fixed. We view these sacred truths as problems to be solved, and that is a tragedy. When you experience these yearnings, something is very, very right. You are not malfunctioning. Nothing could be further from the truth. Your heart, mind, body, and soul are working together to get your attention. These longings are amazing signs that your whole person is functioning beautifully. When you sense that something is missing, that there must be more to life, or that you have so much more to offer, your intuition has never been so sharp. Claim these as sacred truths about yourself. Listen and follow where they lead. Each of these yearnings is a summons to live a more full and meaningful life, an invitation to live life to the fullest, a sacred call to become all you were created to be. Now, so far, that's could be secular, could be Christian. We don't know where it's going yet, so let's read a little bit more. We try to satisfy those cravings with trivial activities and meaningless things, but this foolishness just leaves us exhausted, dissatisfied, and hungrier than ever. These cravings testify in your heart that you were created to strive for more. Towards the end of his life, Michelangelo observed, I regret that I have done so little for my eternal soul, and that I am but beginning to learn the alphabet of my craft. He was 88 years old and indisputably a genius who had lived a life of astonishing worldly accomplishment. But what was his regret? Care of the soul. The advantage that you have over Michelangelo is you still have time to do something about it. Well, I don't know. Maybe you're 88. That's a little judgy there, Matthew. Just being silly here. How much time? Impossible to say, but not enough time to waste any. So begin today. Whatever your age, begin today. Why not? You have so much more to offer, but to contribute more, to experience life in new and exciting ways, to accomplish things far beyond your accomplishments so far, and to discover who you really are and what you are here in this world to contribute, you need to start paying closer attention to the sacred truths bubbling up in your soul. You were made for more. It's time to find out what that more is. Holy moments will draw out your potential. I have not found any of those crazy buzzwords anywhere in this book. All I'm finding is truth. Shall we just randomly select one more page? Let's do it. Page 80. I don't know what section is this in. Part 3, The Divine Plan. Aw, what gives you hope? To write is to hope. My main hope in setting out to write this book is to convince you of one thing. Holy moments are possible. Aw. Okay. Let's go to page 80. Just randomly picked it. Let's see what's here. I may have to stop making the... No. I do this week's Lectio Divina, but I kind of just want to curl up with this book right now. It just is calling to me. Let's see. Hoping the buzzwords are gone. One day, when God invites us into his library to read his history books, we will see that it is so. Well, that's called, I think, the general judgment. We're going to see everything in everybody's lives. It's all going to be laid bare. So, it's coming. On that day, we will discover that seemingly insignificant acts, the smallest acts of kindness, unnoticed acts of generosity, set in motion a series of events that altered the whole course of human history. The ripple effects begins with a single ripple, the domino effect with a single domino, and so on. But we have been seduced by the spectacular, so we dismiss small as insignificant. Holy moments are usually small and simple. This is why we dismiss the idea that they could transform our lives in the world. We have a bias against things that are simple, even though there is genius in simplicity. We have a bias against the small, thinking that bigger is always better. As a result, when life offers us a choice, these biases often lead us to make poor decisions. Let this example illustrate the point. Suppose someone offered you the choice between $1 million today or a single penny that doubled every day for 31 days. Which would you choose? Most people's minds go instantly towards the $1 million. But if you picked the penny that doubled every day for 31 days, you'd have over $10 million. $10,737,418.24 to be exact. It's a fun illustration, but the consequence of this compounding effect when multiplied to holy moments are even more profound and far-reaching. So much so that there is no place in the world, no situation in society, no part of our lives that holy moments cannot reach and transform. And they're calling it the butterfly effect, and he's going to go on for a couple minutes. So how deep does this book go? I mean, this is all true and lovely. Does it go deep? But here's the thing. Does it need to go deep? Because it sounds like they're creating some kind of an accountability group. Something I've been really looking for. There's like Exodus 90 and Fiat 90, and they're really made for younger people. I'm not a younger people, and I love the idea, but it's not really something for me at this stage in my life. And yet you want that small group accountability group, and yet they're really difficult to form in your parish because you do need oversight and guidance as well. And our priests are overwhelmed. So I'm kind of interested. What is this? What kind of accountability is built in? Are they building small groups? Kind of excited. Because these books are small. You could probably read it in a day and get really excited. But how are you going to do it? Who is going to hold you accountable? Here on page 111, it says, Jesus told a parable that has been a guiding star for me over the past 30 years. The parable is about a farmer who goes to sow seeds in the field. He sows his seed boldly and generously, right? The seed falls on the different paths, right? Holy moments have those kind of returns. The danger is to overthink and complicate our efforts. For a long time, I thought the different types of soil were different people. But over time, I have grown in awareness and become less judgmental. The truth is, most people's hearts have a little bit of each type of soil. We each have the capacity for great good and for great evil, and we get to choose. When I look back on my life, I see that so many people generously sowed goodness in my heart. They filled my life with holy moments. Most of them probably thought they had wasted their time on me. But here I am, and I would not be here today if not for their generosity. I am part of their butterfly effect, though most of them are unaware of it. You are benefiting from their holy moments also, even though you will never meet or know them. There are many critics in my life. I never imagined you could have so many critics in an effort to do good. I was naive. Hey, I'm one of those critics, I admit it. And I do get discouraged, but by some grace, I've learned to find inspiration everywhere I go. I am so glad I didn't just set this book aside, because this is not the type of dynamic Catholic book that I normally gravitate towards. This is the kind that I'm normally discount, but I'm finding this inspiring, and we're getting close to the season of Advent, and this could be a lovely book to pick up for some sort of Advent devotion. Making all the little holy moments, offering people little gifts of kindness, that sounds something doable. Okay, Matthew Kelly, you've won me over with this one. I'm probably going to have to curl up this weekend and read it cover to cover. And I'm glad I looked up those websites already. I may be joining the community. I don't know. This is sweet. This may be something that will bless me, and it may be something that will bless you. So I am, for once, totally recommending a Matthew Kelly book. They may all be solid Catholicism, but they were hard for me to read, and he seems to have, certainly not my feedback, but for whatever reason, whatever was an obstacle for me in his books, it's not in this one. This one's really calling to me. Okay, get it. You can get it hardcover, you can get it ebook, you can get it for free, you can get it for your parish, you can get it for your friends, your school, whatever. Reach out to them. I'm loving this book. I'm really curious about the community. That could be something really great. I'm excited about this one. Friends, may God bless you and keep you. May He make His face to shine upon you, to be gracious unto you. And may the good Lord bless you. In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. Amen.